Guys, welcome back to my channel. So I just want to talk about the deck of Scarlet and Kristina X makeup palette that I've come out for this month. So yeah, I didn't know about this woman like a lot of the deck of Scarlets. I've not known about any of the women that deck of Scarlet have collaborated with, but there she is, very very pretty, and she's written, "I'm so excited to be sharing my first ever makeup collaboration with you. I wanted to create something that was going to look good on all skin tones and be very versatile, and I think we did it. This palette is so me, and I cannot wait to see all the looks you create. Love you all and thank you for making this possible. XO Kristina X Makeup." And then it has all social media, which I'll obviously go and follow her on, because I do that with every palette that I've had. What I'm going to do though is, going forward, this palette I wanted to get because it just looked right on my alley, but I have got quite a lot of the deck of Scarlet and the people that they've collaborated with palettes, so I don't need any more. I mean, they are quite expensive as well. They're like $30, and then in the UK you've got to pay, you don't have to pay customs, but there are transaction fees as it's come from America, so I don't want to get any more. I don't feel like I need any more palettes. I've got way too much, so what I'm going to do is doing a best and worst of the deck of Scarlets that I've got, because some of them are hit and miss, I have got to admit, but this one I absolutely love it. I have used it a couple of times. So let's talk about the palette first of all. I just feel like deck of Scarlet and Kristina got this so right. So that's obviously the outer cover, so that looks like that's really really nice. And then the sleeves are always a nuisance. Right, so that's what it looks like, and I love the gold embossed on it. It's so pretty. You can see my finger marks there. So let's talk about the eyeshadows and the face contents first. So this one, this Limoncello, is got to be my favourite out of them all. I absolutely adore it. So let's give this a little swatch. I mean, I don't have anything like that in my collection, and I've got a lot of eyeshadows. It is so pretty, guys. Just look at that. Look how neon it is. So yeah, I'm really really glad to have this in my collection. And then we've got another, I would say that's more like a satin, and then this one is like a shimmer metallic. So that's what it looks like, and that's called Tan Lines. So it's a nice bronze. That looks like that. And then we've got a really pigmented black called Onyx, and it's really super smooth as well. I mean, look at that. So pretty. So that's them. So let's just take those off. And then we can talk about the highlighter and the blusher. So I'm really really impressed with the eyeshadows. Like I said, I have used them before, but I'm going to be doing a look on camera. When it comes to the highlighter is too dark to use as a highlighter. I've used it a few times, and like on my pale skin, you can see how pale I am. It just doesn't sit right with me. You can see it there, it's like a rose gold highlight. So what I do is, well, when I'm using this Tan Lines, I sometimes mix them both together, and it looks really really pretty. So that's what the highlight looks like. I've got to admit, this highlighter is probably one of the better ones that have come out of deck of Scarlet. All the highlighters, the lighter ones that I've used have got a ton of sparkle in them. They've got shimmer, it's like shimmer galore, glitter galore, and it like sets into my pores and everything. I'm not getting any younger, I'm now 40 years old, and it's like, yeah, it's like more mature skin. I don't think would get on with those kind of highlights. I mean, but it depends on your skin, but for me personally, I seriously didn't like them, and then some of those palettes were kind of a waste of money for me, but yeah, I do really like this as an eyeshadow, but this palette then isn't serving its purpose, because what it's meant to be is a kind of travel palette. So you're meant to have everything in here that you need to take away if you're going travelling, apart from obviously a bronzer. But I would then have to take a highlighter, because obviously that doesn't serve its purpose as a highlighter for me. But that's I've got like little mini travel highlighters, so that's not really a big deal. So that one is called Bad Behaviour, that highlight. And then we've got this really nice blush, which is probably a little too dark for me, but I use it, I use the tiniest amount, and if I need to I'll build it up. I don't know if you can see it, but I actually dented it here. I was so gutted, but I managed to like put the powder back, so you can't really tell. So this one is Moonstone. So that's that one. Can you see how dark it looks on my pale skin? So that's the eyeshadows and the face products. And then obviously you go into this side and you've got your lip creams, which I'm really liking. So you've got a nude, which they always put in just so that you can go from day to night. So that is in the shade Koi. It's a really pretty nude. And the like sheer, I would say the sheer lip creams, but you can build up on it. So that's Koi there. And then they've given, because obviously it's kind of a seasonal palette, a holiday palette, they've given a really nice one in here, and it's called Metal Rose. And it's I've always said with these palettes, I wish they would put a red in there, or something, you know, that has got a red undertone, and I think they've got it right with this one. It is a really nice pretty shade. So that looks like that. I don't think you're going to get a nicer colour than this really, and it's metallic as well. I love metallic lipsticks, as long as they don't really settle into your fine lines on your lips, but that's what that is. So that's Metal Rose. So yeah, I mean, I do really like it. I wish the highlighter would have been a little bit lighter, but obviously Deck of Scarlet and Kristina X Makeup had to, you know, do it for all kinds of skin tones, not just pale girls like me. I will be doing a look with this, like maybe 2 looks from one palette, or day to night look. I think that might be the better. Yeah, I think I'll do a day to look night. And also, let me show you what you got extra. With every Deck of Scarlet palette you get something extra, whether that's a mascara, an eyeliner, yeah. And then this month I got this, well, we all got this if you got the palette, and it's the Deck of Scarlet glitter, like gel glitter I suppose, gel eyeliner glitter. It's in the shade Sparkler. I need to swatch this for you guys because it is insane. The pigmentation from it is insane. I've heard a few girls say it's even better than the Urban Decay ones, and I agree. Now I've used this over the top of tan lines, so I'm going to just show you what it looks like without, and then I'm going to put tan lines on my hand and put this over the top. So that's what that looks like. Really pretty and intense. Where's the palette? So now I'm going to swatch tan lines again. So there's a swatch. There's the swatch, so let's put some on. And it looks really, really nice. So that's what it looks like with tan lines. Really, really pretty. I just think this is the best palette that they've done. But yeah, I'll be doing, I'll probably do swatches of all of the Deck of Scarlet ones apart from this one, because obviously you don't need to see this again, or I might include it and just talk about it briefly. But I do want to do, I want to do my favourites, like a countdown of what I would recommend, because you can still buy them individually, and I'd like you to be aware of what's good and what's not, in my opinion anyway. And it's not only in my opinion. I've heard a few YouTubers say how they don't always get it right, Deck of Scarlet, but as a company, you know, I have liked at least one or two things in the palette, so it's not a complete waste of time. But it's when it comes to like face products that I've not liked them, especially the highlighters. The blushes you can normally use as a universal product, like with this one. I will use as an eyeshadow as well, so I'll normally use it as a kind of like transition shade, which is good. It's good to have that there, so you don't have to take extra eyeshadow if you want to travel with this. It's got a mirror on it, you know, it's got everything you could possibly need. If you've got the right skin tone, you could totally take this away and just get by on this as face products and eye products, and normally you have to take like eyeshadow, bronzer and whatever else you need. Lipstick, not even lipsticks because they're in here, but yeah, really, really like it. As I've said a dozen times, and that's what it looks like with tan lines and the glitter over the top. How fierce is that? It's so nice. But yeah, this is everything for this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Thank you. Bye.